Hey, what's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tour Reviews, and these are actually a really cool tool if you drive like an older vehicle, even if you drive like I do, kind of more base vehicle. I've got a Ram 2500 Tradesman. It does have, one of the smaller touch screens, but it doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. I've done a few of these screens in the past, and I absolutely love them. I can highly recommend these. This is from CARABC, and this is their 8.8-inch full 1080p touchscreen here. And this thing looks pretty neat. We're going to test this thing out in my truck, see how well it works. It's a little bit simpler, a little bit easier to use. Here's what comes in the box. Rather simple here. Of course, you can use a 3.5 millimeter jack to give yourself audio if you don't have Bluetooth. It's going to be USB-C, which is phenomenal. Here's your little cigarette lighter for power. If you don't have power in your car directly, you can use one of these. And then, of course, a mount. I wish it was a magnetic mount. A few other ones I've tested are magnetic mounts, and they are absolutely phenomenal. This one is just going to be one of those little kind of slide-on mounts. It's a little tricky to do. Like, if you're in your car, you'll see me here in just a minute in my truck. It's not the easiest to get on there when you're trying to do this when this thing is already attached to your dash. But when it comes to these, though, I really like to rate these on how well the touchscreen works, how fluid it is, how everything works really well. That's what I want to see on these touchscreens. This thing is going to run you just a bit over $200, nothing crazy, about what you'd pay for, like a good solid tablet. So we're going to get this thing set up in my truck here. Very easy to use. These do seem kind of crazy. I will say, when I got one of these in to test out initially, I was like, man, this is going to be a complicated install. There's got to be a lot of stuff going on here. It's really not at all. It's just mostly Bluetooth. If you got a newer vehicle that has Bluetooth, that's about it. You plug in the power and bam, you are good to go. Your phone or Android device, iPhone, whatever you got, will of course then automatically go to whatever Android Auto, Apple CarPlay you have, and boom, there you go. So let's get this thing set up in my truck and see how well this thing actually works. So these are pretty easy to do. I've got a USB-C cable already in here. They just connect via USB-C. I'm not going to actually put a mount in this thing just yet until I'm ready to actually install this thing somewhere. But actually, what's funny is in my truck here, they fit a screen in here quite nicely, and they actually stay put, which is pretty sweet. Actually a big fan of those things staying there nicely. So I'm going to get the truck turned on. Of course, I have to make sure I don't play any copyright music or anything else like that. So I have to, of course, pause the video here for a little bit while I get this thing set up. But I'll be back here in just a second, and we'll get going from there. All right, and just like that, we are operational. Super simple. Again, all you do is connect to Bluetooth. We are good to go. And of course, now I can connect my phone to my regular radio via Bluetooth and play music just like that. So you're connecting to Bluetooth via two devices at the same time with your phone. You're connecting, of course, to your radio here, and you're connecting to the actual device itself for CarPlay or Android Auto. This screen actually pretty good. It's got a little bit of lag there. You can see when I scroll, a little bit of lag there. But again, it's not terrible for, $200-ish here for whatever it costs. Overall, it's very, very similar. It's amazing how much this screen looks like the other screen that I've been testing out here for a while too. This is the other one here, a little bit smaller in comparison. Actually, they're pretty similar, maybe a half-inch difference there. Not massive, honestly, for what it is. The only complaint I do have about this thing is going to be the connection via the USB-C here. It's quite a bit different because it actually has to go into this little lip here. You can't just use any USB-C cable. You got to kind of use a special kind of USB-C cable that's a bit thinner. So my only complaint there, honestly, that's about it. But other than that, it works great in my opinion. A little bit of lag there on the map, but that's about it. The screen looks phenomenal. Honestly, we're in pretty bright sunlight here, even though I've got a little bit of tree cover. This is Florida. We've always got bright sun here, so very simple to use, and it does a decent job. These things are absolutely amazing, guys. I can't recommend these things enough. If you got a regular tradesman base truck like I do, and you want to add in something like this, instead of trading your truck in, spending another 15 grand, 20 grand plus, just to get some simple feature like this, you just buy this for a couple $100, and bam, you got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and you are all set and ready to go. So guys, I'll put a link in the description. You want to check this thing out. It's super easy to install, way easier than you think it's going to be to install and get this thing all set up and working. So guys, I'll leave a link in the description. Take care, have a great day, and stay safe out there.